Hello, writers! Today I would like to talk with you about something called transition words. Now, this is something you can use to make your writing better today and for the rest of your lives. So let's get started. Transition words are words or phrases that the writer uses to move the reader smoothly through his or her writing. They're kind of like bridges because they help connect ideas, and it makes your reading makes your writing much easier to understand. So I would like us to take a look at a piece that I have written, and we're going to talk about how I've used transition words. Now, this piece is called Painted Toast Snack. Let's just read it first. The first paragraph right here. Do you like to paint? I am sure you do. But have you ever eaten one of your paintings before? I am going to teach you how to make painted toast. Second paragraph. Before you begin, you will need to gather some materials and ingredients. You will need a toaster, bread, white works best, milk, food coloring, a container for each color used, an adult to help you, and something clean to paint with, Q-tips or paintbrush. As soon as you have all of these materials, you are ready to make this artistic snack. The third paragraph right here. First, put 2 tablespoons of milk into each of your containers. Then add and stir food coloring to each container to make colors of your choice. Next, use your Q-tip or paintbrush to paint beautiful creations on your bread. When painting, however, make sure not to make the bread too wet. After painting, you can toast the bread in the toaster. You can add butter or jelly when it is finished if you wish. Finally, you can eat your painted toast. The final paragraph. I hope you enjoy this artistic treat. It is sure to please both your eyes and your grumbly tummy. Try it today. All right, writers, let's go back to the beginning. I'd like to highlight some of my transition words and explain how I have used them. In the first paragraph, do you like to paint? I am sure you do. But have you ever eaten one of your paintings before? I am going to teach you how to make painted toast. I really don't have any transition words connecting my ideas in that paragraph, so let's go down to the second one. Before you begin, you will need to gather some materials and ingredients. This phrase right here, before you begin, those are transition words that are helping me connect my introductory paragraph with how I'm going to teach you to make painted toast. So this is connecting those two ideas, before you begin. Then I say, you will need, and I list the ingredients that you need. I really don't have any transition words there. This final sentence right here, as soon as you have all of these materials, you are ready to make this artistic snack. As soon as, those are transition words that help connect, okay, now you have all the materials, with now I'm going to teach you the steps. So as soon as, those are transition words helping to connect ideas. Let's go to the third paragraph. First, put 2 tablespoons of milk into each of your containers. First is a transition word that helps me show order. This is the beginning thing that you do. Next sentence. Then add and stir food coloring to each container to make colors of your choice. Then is another transition word that helps me show sequence. This happens after the first thing. Next, use your Q-tip or paintbrush to paint beautiful creations on your bread. Next is a transition word that shows me that this is the step that must happen after the one that I just did. When painting, however, make sure not to make the bread too wet. This word, however, is a transition word that is helping me draw attention to something I want you to pay attention to. You don't want the bread to be too soggy, so I'm putting this detail in there to help you remember that. And I'm using the word however because I want you to pay attention. I want to emphasize it a little bit more because it's a little bit different than what we've been talking about. We've been talking about the steps, but now I want you to focus on making sure you don't get it too wet. The next sentence, after painting, you can toast the bread in the toaster. After is a transition word that helps show order or sequence. You can add butter or jelly when it is finished if you wish. Finally, you can eat your painted toast. finally is a transition word that tells me this is like the conclusion or the last step. So I've used a lot of transition words in this paragraph because I want to make sure that I'm moving my reader smoothly between each of my steps. And then in my last paragraph, I really didn't use very many transition words. So I mostly use them here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that paragraph. And then in this 7, 8. I used 8 different transition words or transition phrases to help move my reader smoothly through the text. And it makes it much easier for my reader to understand than if I did not use them. So it's a very cool tool to use as a writer. In fact, I have a list of transition words for you today. You can use this set of transition words right here to show location. If you want to talk about where things are, these words can help you talk about those ideas more smoothly. If you wanted to talk about time, like I did in that third paragraph when I was giving you the sequence or the order of the steps to make the painted toast, these are words here that will help you talk about and connect those ideas. If you want to compare two things, to say how they are the same, these words will help you do that. And on the other hand, if you want to contrast or say how words are or how ideas are different, these are phrases or transition words that can help you move the reader smoothly between those different ideas. If you want to emphasize a point, that means you want the reader to really remember it. You want them to pay attention to one of your ideas. These transition words can help you draw their attention to that idea. If you are ready to conclude or summarize, usually kind of at the end of your writing, these are transition words or phrases that can help you talk about that conclusion. And then finally, if you want to add additional information, you want to add more detail or expand your writing, these are transition words and phrases that can help connect those ideas together for your reader. And finally, if you want to clarify or make something more clear or explain it in different words, these are transition words and phrases that can help you connect those ideas. So I want you to keep this list of transition words in your writing folder so that you will always have them near. I want you to use them often to help make your writing even better than it already is. So happy writing!